As they say in PIHL hockey, let's do that PIHL hockey. We're back here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. The building's so nice, we're coming at you twice for a special bonus edition of PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10-Band TV, presented by the Academy of Podiatry. Hello, good evening, and welcome. I'm Matt Popchock here with you as we shift our attention to Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League Class AA, where the Hempfield Spartans are visiting the South Fayette Lions. It's a matchup of the top two scorers in PIHL Class AA, and it's no big secret that as they go, so go their respective teams. The South Fayette Lions coming in with a 6-0-1 record, coming off a shootout loss to Bishop McCord at the War Memorial, 6-5 on the 17th of November. Their first loss of any kind this season. They are atop the Class AA standings, but the bigger story that is for the South Fayette Lions has been their senior captain, number 89, Wes Schwartzmiller. Schwartzmiller, the PIHL Player of the Month, one of four to receive that distinction for the month of October. 16 points last month for Schwartzmiller. 9 goals, 7 assists. On the season, he has 12 goals and 12 assists, good for 24 points, which puts him at the top of the PIHL Class AA scoring race. For the Hempfield Spartans, they've won back-to-back, starting to right the ship a little bit, and they've won 3 of their last 4 overall. They come in with a record of 3-2 with 1 shootout loss, good for 7 points, which is good for 7th place in the Class AA overall standings. Their last game, a good one, a 7-4 win over defending Penguins Cup champion Thomas Jefferson on the 21st of November. That was just last Monday, in fact, as their top scorer and their captain, Nick Bruno, continued his meteoric rise with 5 goals against the Jaguars, including 2 power play goals, one of which was the game winner in period 2. Bruno would add an empty netter for his 5th of the night. All 12 of his goals have come in the month of November. Bruno coming in, number 56, the Hempfield captain, with 12 goals and 12 assists of his own for 24 points to tie Schwartzmiller for the Class AA scoring lead. And Schwartzmiller and Bruno for South Fayette and Hempfield, respectively, just bringing a wealth of youth hockey experience to their respective teams. Schwartzmiller, a member of the under-18 nationally ranked S-Mark Stars team that a number of PIHL greats have played on in recent years. And on top of that, he has already tendered a junior hockey contract to play with the Minnesota Wilderness of the North American Hockey League. And for Bruno, he's made a very good name for himself locally with the Pittsburgh Predators and Pittsburgh Vengeance under-18 squad. Bruno with a 4-game goal streak to match that of his counterpart, Schwartzmiller. So there's just no end to the similarities between the two. And we're just about set to get underway here as the Spartans, who have been playing better hockey as of late, look to hand the Lions their first pure loss, so to speak, of the PIHL regular season. Both teams in their pregame huddles. And we're just about set for the nightcap. For South Fayette, this is the start of a 3-game homestand, and the Lions have been making themselves comfy cozy in the first half of the regular season. 6 of their last 7 games have been here in the friendly confines of the Mount Lebanon Ice Center.
Welcome to the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. Tonight, the PIHL presents a varsity double-A matchup between the visiting Hempfield Spartans and your South Fayette Lions. Fans, at this time, we ask you to please rise if you're able and on your behalf.
Thank you, AI Jeff Jimerson. And we are just about ready to rock and roll here with the second game of our doubleheader. The officiating crew will remain the same. Once again, it's McLean and Buckholz taking stewardship of this Class AA contest. And starting in goal for the Hempfield Spartans, coached by Corey Myers, will be the senior Chase Sankey. 204 minutes played, an .897 save percentage, .325 goals against average, and 1 shutout, a 3-1 overall record. And a spot start, meanwhile, at the other end for Logan Robitaille, the sophomore for South Fayette. He owns one 14-save victory to his credit. The Lions, coached by Matt Schwartz, looking to earn points in their 8th consecutive game to start the regular season. Schwartzmiller wins the faceoff. The Lions attack from right to left on your TV, computer, or mobile device, and we are underway here from the Mount Lebanon Ice Center as the Spartans intercept and send it up ahead to Nick Bruno. Bruno with speed over the blue line. Snapshot into the glove of Robitaille, who makes his first save of the night. Coming the other way, Tyler Brandebiura, the sophomore. Brandebiura in deep, gets bumped off that puck for the moment by Logan Eiselman as it's played up ahead to Bruno. Bruno dancing around Braden Imler. Bruno coming to the goal, forgot one thing, the puck. South Fayette intercepts and sends it back to neutral ice. A brisk pace to start this Class AA game. Schwartzmiller up ahead, a nice lead pass right on the tape there as it's put just wide by number 14 of the Lions. That's Dylan Walsh, the senior. And from the side of the net, that one put off the body of Sankey. Connor Sierra retreating to play this puck with a man all over him. That was Alex Smilly, who's off to a nice start to his junior year, has 7 points coming in. And we get an icing call against South Fayette with 1:14 off the first period clock. Nino DiPietro, the freshman, on to take the draw. But it is won by South Fayette's Braden Rygard. It's sent around the boards, and the Lions get it back to center. This one went off a South Fayette sticking out of play. That was swiped at by Ian Shaw of Hempfield right in front of the South Fayette bench. So we'll drop it right from there. Off the faceoff, Bennett Mulkey plays it back to his defensive tandem. Jackson Brandebiura, part of that tandem, playing it in deep behind his own goal line. Rygard with it now, trying to look things over for South Fayette before playing this puck up ahead. And carefully the Lions come back to center. Walsh for Rygard as those two inadvertently collide. Rygard still playing this puck, though, deep into the corner. Spartans win the puck battle, and Austin Heron, the sophomore, sends it around the boards, but a good keep at the left point by Dylan Timmons. Heron playing it for Hempfield as the Spartans will ice it, and the faceoff will come to the left of Sankey. Schwartzmiller back on here to take the offensive zone faceoff for South Fayette against Caden Horton, and Schwartzmiller wins it for the Lions. Behind the net it comes to Chiappetta, Robert Chiappetta, the freshman. But Hempfield is going to out-hustle the Lions to this puck and force South Fayette to tag up. Logan Eisman working it back to center in a lane for Bruno. Bruno to the net, backhander, blocker save made by Robitaille. Nick Bruno that close to taking the temporary lead from Schwartzmiller in the Class AA scoring race. Iseman hits the brakes at the right hash mark. Down low for Bruno. Iseman too well covered by South Fayette. Good work up high there by Tyler Brandebiura, the sophomore brother of Jackson. And Hempfield has it in neutral ice. Here's Bruno, 1-on-4. That's too many white jerseys even for a player of his caliber. And here comes Tyler Brandebiura, 1-on-3. Make that 1-on-2. Make it 1-on-1. And Sankey has to cover as that puck rolled off Brandebiura's stick at the last possible moment. Ryan Sierra to take the face-off against Nino DiPietro, and Sierra won it for South Fayette. From the right point, it's put wide of the goal. And the Lions hustle to catch up to this puck in the near corner. Played at the left point by Dylan Timmons. Behind the goal now, Heron in pursuit for Hempfield. To the right point it comes. Snapshot through a crowd. Glove save made there. Snatched up off the ice by Chase Sankey. First 3 shots on goal of this game belong to the South Fayette Lions. And right off the draw, this one put wide by South Fayette. That was Caden Johnston, the senior, just missing the cage. This puck played off a glove and into the Spartans bench, so we'll face it off right at the Hempfield blue line. Spartans playing 2 of their next 3, including this one, away from Kirk Nevin Arena. They actually play Latrobe in a few weeks at Kirk Nevin Arena, but they will be the designated road team in that game as well. So technically, you could say Hempfield has 3 of their next 4 away. And this snapshot goes off the side of the net. That one taken from long range by Brecken Villela. Eberhardt with a good keep at center point, but a better poke check there by Walsh. Good heady play there by the senior to get it back to center. The Lions not on the same page there as Mulkey sends this puck into Hempfield territory. Owen Zerko retreating to play for the Spartans, but it's turned over at the blue line to Rygaard. Connor Sierra, playing it deep for South Fayette. As it's plucked off the boards by Mulkey. Cross ice it comes for one of the Lions. And a hard hit there along the boards as Sierra plays it at the right point. Dylan Walsh behind the Hempfield net, turns around in the right circle. From the top of the circle, shoots, it's blocked. And the Spartans are going to be able to clear as they skate it back to center, gain the red line and send it deep. Villela, that took a funny bounce. But fortunately, no harm done to Logan Robitaille as he watches this one go by to the near corner. That was freaky. Almost a very fluky goal for the Spartans, but we remain scoreless with 6 minutes and 15 seconds off the first period clock. Icing the indication against Hempfield. Bruno's line comes back on here for Corey Myers. Nick Bruno with 46 career goals in PIHL play coming in tonight. The Class AA scoring co-leader, Wes Schwartzmiller of South Fayette, comes in with 38 all-time in PIHL play. Smilly picks this puck from between the circles. Sends it up ahead now for Max Short, the junior. Over the line comes DiPietro. DiPietro's shot goes off a South Fayette stick, weakly toward the net, where it's played conservatively by Robitaille. And now Matt Schwartz sending his captain Schwartzmiller back on the ice to take this defensive zone draw. And here's that meeting of the minds. Schwartzmiller and Bruno. Schwartzmiller wins the faceoff but couldn't control it. Bruno couldn't fire a turnaround shot before Schwartzmiller poked at that puck. Centered out in front. Spartans try a turnaround play between the circles there. That also misfired. Good stick work there defensively by the Lions in front of their goaltender, Logan Robitaille, who freezes for another faceoff. Referee Buckholtz does the honors, and Schwartzmiller wins it a little more cleanly this time. But his pass from his own end goes beyond the reach of Tyler Brandebiora, and it'll be icing against the Lions. Another face-off win by South Fayette, and another clearing attempt by Tyler Brandebiora. This time that will settle down just inside the Hempfield blue line. Schwartzmiller sending it up ahead to Brandebiora. That pass did not connect. It was intercepted by Max Short, who sends it deep for Hempfield. Spartans changing behind the play as Eli Petter brings it out from behind his own goal. Petter had trouble finding this puck in the officials' crease, and the Spartans send it back inside the South Fayette blue line, and a steal here by one of the Spartans. That's Horton. His shot from long range is blocked. Brandebiora got a stick in the way of that one as the Lions are just barely able to clear. Schwartzmiller immediately drawing double and triple teams as the Spartans try to counterattack. Bruno can't catch up to this puck before Petter gets there, but Petter misplayed it. Between the circles it comes. Near side now for Tyler Brandebiora. Brandebiora to the net, driving hard. Takes the puck back. Brandebiora looking for a man out in front. That was Ryan Sierra, but those two couldn't hook up. And South Fayette will tag up here and send this puck deep. And deep enough, I think, for icing. They're going to say that the man didn't have the red line there for South Fayette. That was a little mental mistake there by Randall Fisher, the sophomore. And I agree with that call, quite frankly. You know, it's like the neighborhood play in baseball. If the guy's in the vicinity of the base, you give it to him. Well, I don't think Fisher cleanly had the red line there, and I think that's the correct call. .9:44 to go in a scoreless first period. But it has been a fast-paced period nevertheless. Robitaille knocks this one down as it comes through the blue paint and back to the right point where it's played on the backhand by Eberhardt. And it'll come to the corner now for Nino DiPietro. Shot from the top of the circle by Smiley, is saved by Robitaille, who covers from his knees for a faceoff. DiPietro wins it for Hempfield. DiPietro poke checked by Ryan Sierra behind the South Fayette net, and effectively so. Lions have it in front of their own blue line, but they lose it at center ice as Smiley sends the puck deep. Ian Shaw going after it for Hempfield, but South Fayette's going to get to it first in front of their own bench. That's Caden Johnston for the Lions. Up ahead now to Connor Solomon. Solomon dispossessed at the last moment there by one of the Spartans. And a chance the other way possibly for Nino DiPietro if he can hurry. DiPietro around a man. DiPietro lost it at the last moment as it's taken away by Rygaard. Good hip check there by Hempfield's Logan Eiselman as the Spartans send it up ahead a little too far for the senior. Rygaard lost it to Horton. Horton over the blue line and in the general direction of Robitaille, who settles it down. Tyson Tagmeyer keeps things moving for South Fayette as we are past the midpoint of a scoreless first period. Spartans behind their own net. Near side it comes to Eiselman. Eiselman up ahead for Bruno. Bruno very well covered, as he has been for much of this period. And here comes Schwartzmiller the other way. Schwartzmiller over the line. Schwartzmiller poke checked at the last moment by Max Short. Petter at the red line, playing it for South Fayette. He darts inside the zone, shields this puck with his body, but gave it up to one of the Spartans, and that's Eberhardt. And Eberhardt is going to be guilty of icing. Rygaard going to take this face-off for South Fayette as Schwartz wants to change lines right before this offensive zone draw. And the Lions win it. Bennett Mulkey down low behind the net, trying to reset it for Connor Sierra. Sierra off a stick, off the glass, and somehow it stays in play. It's loose at the side of the net, poked at by one of the Spartans defensively. But South Fayette keeps it inside the offensive zone. Rygaard down low. Mulkey going in after it. Good work there defensively by Hempfield on the back check, and they come back to center. Misplayed by McCauley, intended for Eberhardt, excuse me, as Timmons lets this one go. And a steal here by Dylan Walsh. Walsh behind the net. Walsh to the right point. Good poke check there by one of the Spartans. Brecken Valella read it all the way. And the Spartans steal and put it out in front for a backdoor play that misfired. DiPietro had a nose for the net there, but couldn't put it on target. And the Lions are content to ice it and change lines with 6 1/4 to go in the first. Still no score. South Fayette controls the face-off in their own end. Some clever stick work there by Imler to get it up ahead of Solomon. Solomon over the blue line. Solomon into the glove of Chase Sankey. Ryan Sierra takes it for South Fayette, but it's won by Hempfield this time, and the Spartans will get it back to neutral ice where Imler plays it defensively for the Lions. Here comes South Fayette over the Hempfield blue line. On the off wing is Jackson Brandebiura. Brandebiura, center point. Cross ice for Himmler. One-timer goes wide, stick to side. The rebound is put into the stomach of Sankey, who ranged all the way back to his left, and that was good anticipation by the senior to smother it for the faceoff. Schwartzmiller on to take the faceoff, and South Fayette wins it for Imler. Imler, top of the left circle, just wide of that top corner. Imler didn't miss by much. Brandebiura, Jackson Brandebiura that is, retreating. Comes up ahead now to Chiapetta. Horton intercepts for Hempfield and sends it deep. Logan Eisman giving chase deep in South Fayette territory. Out in front, a funny bounce there, and a shot is blocked right out in front from one of the Spartans. And here's Schwartzmiller leading it for Tyler Brandebiura. Brandebiura down low for Schwartzmiller, drops it off for Imler, excuse me. Schwartzmiller from the boards to the corner. Out in front, oh, that centering pass did not connect. And Bruno up ahead of the play was well marked by Imler, as this puck is one-touched by Chiapetta in front of the Hempfield blue line, I should say. Schwartzmiller retreating. Gives time for the rest of his teammates to get on and complete the line change here as the Spartans will play this puck from their own corner. Shaw from the Hempfield bench up for Smilly, up for Bruno. Bruno for Smilly. Smilly to the goal, over the bar. Oh, maybe the best look of the game there for the Spartans. Coming up on 4 to go. as we try to break this first period stalemate. From the left circle, save made there by Robitaille on one of the Spartans. That was Ian Shaw denied by the sophomore. Dylan Walsh, meanwhile, the other end comes flying through and splitting the defense like gangbusters, but he puts it up into the protected netting behind Chase Sankey. Just an absolutely frantic pace to this first period, but still not a goal to show for it. Spartans, through a traffic jam at center ice, get this puck deep into South Fayette territory. Dylan Timmons behind his own net. And a hard hit in the corner applied by Valella on one of the Lions. Rygaard getting it up ahead now to Walsh. Walsh between the circles, into the glove of Sankey, who hangs on. Each team with 5 shots on net, and they've all been quality shots, more or less. Off the face-off, it's dropped back to Imler. Imler through a screen, put it wide of the net. Robert Chiappetta, the freshman, into the corner now for one of the Lions. That's Tyler Brandabiora. Brandabiora from the right circle, and a glove save made there by Chase Sankey. Schwartzmiller's line going to stay on here, it appears, to take the face-off with just over 3 to go in the period. Schwartzmiller wins it cleanly. Imler's one-timer, misses everything, takes a funny bounce out in front off a Hempfield skate. Nick Eberhardt had to be really careful with that one, but the Spartans survive, and they send it back to neutral ice before it's promptly intercepted by Schwartzmiller. Diving play there by Eisman to get that puck deep. Oh, what a great all-out effort there by the senior. Doing the little things right. Tyler Brandabiora up ahead now. Brandabiora with a little bit of space now. Brandabiora centers it for Chiappetta. Chiappetta shoots, and a point-blank save made by Sankey. Now a chance the other way, maybe for Bruno. Bruno behind the defense. Bruno to the net, he shoots. Score! Yes, we can talk about Bruno. His Class AA leading 13th goal of the season comes on a delayed penalty call, and Hempfield takes a 1-0 lead late in the first period. Nick Bruno's 13th of the season as he snuck in behind the South Fayette defense and beat Logan Robitaille to the stick side. Make it a 5-game goal streak for Nick Bruno. Amazingly, he had a hat trick in each of his previous 2, so get your popcorn ready. Shaw gloves it down in the right circle. Traffic jam there provided by the South Fayette defense as the Spartans look to get another here late in the period. Eli Petter at the blue line has to wait and watch all his mates tag up here, and that allows Hempfield to play this puck out from behind its own net. And for Pritchett, the senior defenseman, that's his first point of the varsity season. He had 22 penalty minutes to his credit coming into this game, but no points. Puck comes back into South Fayette territory. Final minute 20 of first period play. The Spartans doing some message sending early here against the #1 team in Class AA. Brandon Biora drives the net. Brandon Biora wrists it just wide. Jackson Brandon Biora now tries to set up one of his South Fayette teammates. That was Chiapetta, but the pass was broken up. Tyler Brandon Biora with it. Tries to dangle around a man there, but nothing doing as the puck bounces off the boards right back to Chiapetta, who sends it deep. Spartans. Maxwell Short plays it. Looking for Bruno up ahead, and the two-line pass does connect, but just briefly. Bruno ridden into the glass by Connor Sierra. And here comes South Fayette in the final half minute. Tyler Brandon Biora had his pocket pick there by Horton as it comes up into the Lions bench and out of play. So this faceoff should come in neutral ice with 25.5 left. .15 to go as Petter plays it behind the South Fayette goal. And this puck will be taken now by Smilly, who gives it up to Malky, and Malky's shot is sticked aside by Sankey as the buzzer sounds ending period 1 here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. Nick Bruno with his 9th point.
After one period, it is Hempfield 1 and South Fayette 0. First period shots on
Excuse me, Bruno with his 13th goal of the season in that first period, and that's all we got for you so far. Hempfield 1, South Fayette nothing. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching it on PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10-Band TV, presented by the Academy of Podiatry. Shots in that first period, 7-6 in favor of the South Fayette Lions as their teams switch sides to begin period 2. But it is the Hempfield Spartans leading the first place team in Class AA by a score of 1-0 on the 13th goal of the season by Nick Bruno. All 13 of his goals coming in the month of November, as Bruno with his 25th point of the year as the Spartans ice this puck, pulls ahead of Wes Schwartzmiller of South Fayette for the Class AA scoring lead, for the time being anyway. Bruno scoring on that breakaway from Eisenman and Pritchett late in the first period. And it's ironic that South Fayette was the much stronger of the first period teams coming in. South Fayette had 14 first period goals on the season. That led all teams in Class AA, but Chase Sankey pitching the shutout so far as this shot is redirected off a Hempfield skate where it got stuck, and the Lions will try to reset here in the attacking zone early in the second period. This one goes under the stick of Short. Schwartzmiller in after it. Chiapetta for Brandon Biora. For Chiapetta, it comes now to Tyler Brandon Biora. Dropping back for Jackson, or trying to anyway. Those two miscommunicated, and South Fayette has to tag up now. Jackson Brandabiura in over the line, centering now for Chiappetta. Brandabiura in front now. Oh, trying to tuck it inside the near post. A little sneaky maneuver there by the sophomore, but Sankey stayed with it and forces the face-off. Both teams with early line changes here. 1:23 gone by in the second period. And this puck battle near corner rages on after the face-off in Hempfield territory, and the Spartans come away with it. And this is Austin Herron behind the net for Smiley. South Fayette pursuing this puck aggressively. Timmons tying up his man along the far boards. Both teams digging for it, and again, Hempfield wins the puck battle. Eberhardt behind his own net as bodies collide. More good back checking by the Spartans defensively as they escort this puck back to center. Taken the other way though by Petter. Petter fan on that shot from the top of the left circle as he had Smiley all over him like a cheap suit. Now a long range shot there by Imler is blockered aside by Sankey. Now from the left circle, that shot by Rygard, is denied again by Sankey, and Hempfield will ice it. South Fayette scored upon in that first period for just the 19th time this season, 19 goals allowed, unofficially tied with Armstrong for the second fewest in Class AA. Nick Bruno, the goal getter, and it's the only one so far. 14-14 to go to the ice cut here in Mount Lebanon. The Spartans looking to play giant killer here on the road. Robitaille watches it go behind his own net. Near side it comes now for Johnston. Johnston 1-on-3 is able to get this puck into the Hempfield zone. Pritchett going cross ice for Villela. Villela hit hard into the boards by one of the Lions. And that was Connor Solomon, I believe. Up ahead now is Tyson Tagmeyer trying to go to Johnston. Those two unable to hook up. Tagmeyer retreating inside his own blue line now. Will Murphy dump this puck through center. McCauley gets it deep for Hempfield. Johnston misplayed it along the boards for South Fayette. It comes dangerously out in front to Horton, who scores! Caden Horton nuzzles that nylon, and it's 2-0 Hempfield. 13:02 to go in the second period. 5th of the year for the senior. That wrist shot had some serious muscle behind it. Robitaille unable to get set. Next thing he knows, it's in the back of his net. 2-0 Hempfield leading first place South Fayette. Imler over the blue line. Imler with the path to the goal. Imler misfired on that centering pass. Now from the left circle, Brandabiura. Oh, that puck from a bad angle was put just off the body of Sankey, and he almost coughed up a rebound there. That would have been costly. Jackson Brandabiora up ahead of Chiapetta. Looking for Imler. That pass misfired. South Fayette has to tag up as Chiapetta gets a hit from Horton for his troubles, and Horton got a little overzealous there, and he's going to go to the box. So South Fayette gets the first power play of the night for either team, trailing 2-0 here with 12:19 to go in the second period. Petter off the face-off win for Chiapetta. Now for Petter. For Schwartzmiller. Trying to center it for Brandabiora, but the Spartans are going to clear it into the South Fayette bench. Roughing the indication against Caden Horton, the recent Hempfield goal scorer. South Fayette, 34.8% on the power play coming in, which is number 2 in Class AA, behind Hempfield, oddly enough. Between the circles, shot. Oh, that never made it through. That caught a piece of one of the Lions, I think, out in front. A friendly fire saves Hempfield. Save made from distance there off the blocker by Sankey. And South Fayette has to tag up now with 1:28 to go in the minor penalty to Horton. This outlet pass too far, and it comes right to the stick of Chase Spiar. And Spiar, the junior, gets it up ahead to Nino DiPietro, shorthanded. Chiapetta now for South Fayette. Over the blue line. Chiapetta down low, centers it, snapshot. Oh, an unconscious save by Sankey. And the Spartans clear midway through the penalty kill for Hempfield. Now, these two teams were 1 and 2 in power plays. They're 1 and 2 in penalty kills as well. As the Lions operate here, late on the man advantage. Hempfield 92.3% on the PK. As that went off the crossbar, but somehow stayed out, and Schwartzmiller puts it wide. Sankey had no idea where that puck was. My goodness. And somehow, some way, Hempfield survives that little kerfuffle. Corey Myers changing penalty killers on the fly here. Last rush here for the South Fayette power play. Petter over the line. He's dumped. He lost an edge, actually, as it comes up to Bruno, and Bruno might have a chance shorthanded if he can outwork his man there, Rygaard. Myers furious there wasn't a penalty there as the teams are back to even strength. Brandabiora from the top of the left circle gave it away to one of the Spartans. And Hempfield comes back 2-on-2. Horton up for Bruno. Good poke check there by Imler. Braden Imler, the junior defenseman, with a critical play there. Some glorious chances on that power play for South Fayette, but the Lions still trying to make that donut disappear with 9:45 to go to the ice cut. Imler gains the red line, skates around his man, snaps it on goal. Toe save made there by Sankey as Hempfield clears it back to center. Tagmeyer gains the red line and dumps it in. Austin Heron in pursuit. He's hit hard by one of the Lions. And this puck is kicked at by Timmons, who plays it from the officials' crease into Hempfield territory. Spartans at their own blue line send it back into the South Fayette zone. Imler for Rygaard. Rygaard couldn't handle the pass. Here comes DiPietro. DiPietro between the circles. DiPietro creating space, puts it off the blocker of Robitaille. DiPietro gets his own rebound back and puts it wide of the goal crease. To the point it comes now for Smilly. Down low for Shaw. Loose puck, right point. The player just on for Hempfield is touching the puck. South Fayette fans want a too many men call, but we play on here. That was Max Short playing that puck hesitantly for Hempfield, as South Fayette is going to be guilty of icing at the midway point of the period and game here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. Nick Bruno and Caden Horton with the goals for the Hempfield Spartans, who are looking to raise some eyebrows here in Class AA, leading first place South Fayette 2-0. Schwartzmiller on to take the draw for the Lions as it is won by South Fayette. Comes around the boards back to center. Lead pass for Brandon Biora. Brandon Biora, shot pass, save made! Sankey cut it off before Schwartzmiller could ram it home. Chase Sankey standing on his noggin in this second period. "13 saves thus far for the senior, and very few, if any, have been easy. Out in front, it comes, and a bouncing puck. The Lions couldn't handle it, otherwise it'd be 2-1. Chiappetta pulling back. The freshman looking to create space here. Can't get through the gap there. Eisman wouldn't let him shoot the gap, and South Fayette has to play this puck from all the way back behind its own net. Lead pass off of South Fayette's stick. Brandon Biora lets it go to the corner and gets a face wash in the process, as Bruno comes charging hard after this puck for Hempfield. Good little maneuver there to keep it out of his reach. Chiappetta with it now for South Fayette over the Hempfield blue line. Chiappetta makes his move, centers it. No, nobody there to take it. Jackson Brandabiora with it for the Lions. Brandabiora trying to go down low. He can. He'll take it on the backhand himself. Backhand try goes just wide of the net. It's loose in front, and Hempfield has it. Chase Spear skating in earnest as he gets it deep, and Myers immediately calling for a line change here. Dylan Timmons up to nobody in particular. Harvey playing this puck now at the red line for Hempfield. Sends it in behind the South Fayette goal. And now the Lions play it back up into the Hempfield zone. Eberhardt pulling back. Gave it away to Timmons right between the circles, but he couldn't tee it up. Petter into Hempfield territory. And now Rygard playing it up ahead to Walsh. That pass a little too heavy. Dylan Walsh, the alternate captain for Matt Schwartz's team, shielding it and creating a screen there and almost got a bounce as the Spartans play it off the glass and back inside the South Fayette blue line. Petter retreating. On his backhand up for Timmons. Timmons peeling back between the circles. Timmons is tripped, penalty coming up against Hempfield. Rygard dancing around a man as this puck is poked at. Petter retreating, plays in front of his own goaltender who was just trying to get to the bench. I think Hempfield fans want a too many men call, but that was unintentional. The goaltender, Robitaille, was just trying to get off for the extra attacker. It's a moot point now, as tripping is the indication with 5:47 to play in the period. And again, Caden Horton is penalized for the second time in this frame. Face-off is kicked up to the left point where South Fayette is ready for it. Snapshot, kick save, rebound, never made it through. Turnaround try, side of the net, it's loose out in front and swiped at and fanned on. I didn't see if Sankey got a piece of that or if one of the Spartan defenders did. Imler from up high for Chiappetta, couldn't handle it. Good poke check there by Spear. Ian Shaw getting in the way of that outlet pass as South Fayette works on the power play for the second time tonight. Schwartzmiller up ahead. Schwartzmiller to the goal, but it's held by Sankey. 1:19 to go, and the minor penalty for tripping on Caden Horton. Just over 5 to go to the ice cut here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. Schwartzmiller tied up off the faceoff, and a good clear there by Smilly. Robitaille leaves his net to play this puck for Eli Petter. Schwartzmiller unable to handle that outlet pass. And it bounces conveniently to DPH, DPH shorthanded to the goal. Save Robitaille! And there is no rebound. Oh, that could be a game saver at this stage for South Fayette. The Lions power play not in sync after that faceoff. And a lethal giveaway to Nino DPH, the freshman, who already has 5 points in his first varsity season. That close to making it a 3-goal game. Jackson Brandebiura over the blue line. 45 to go in the South Fayette power play. Brandebiura to the opposite corner now. Just waiting and watching. Now goes to Petter. Petter for Schwartzmiller out in front. One-timer. Score! Tick! Tack! Toe! 2-1 Hempfield. Jackson Brandebiura, his second of the season, on a textbook passing play by the South Fayette power play. 4:22 remaining in the second period, and we've got a hockey game. Imler retreating as South Fayette wins the ensuing faceoff, and a poke check there aggressively by Horton. And they're going to give the goal to Schwartzmiller, actually. And we're going to get coincidental penalties here as players were pushing and shoving behind the Hempfield goal with 4 minutes to go in the period. Brandebiura wearing number 86 for South Fayette. Schwartzmiller, of course, wearing number 89. I thought I saw 86 from our vantage point get the last stick on the puck. Hence my giving the goal to Brandebiura, but per public address, they're giving it to Schwartzmiller. And if it is Schwartzmiller's goal, it is his 13th of the year, so tit for tat with Nick Bruno. And we're right back to where we started in the Class AA scoring race. Each player now with 25 points and 13 goals on the season.
Time of the penalty to number 91, Connor Solomon. 2-minute minor for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 4:02. Solomon for South Fayette, 2 for cross-checking at 4:02.
And this puck sent all the way in behind the Hempfield goal. 4-on-4 hockey we play here. And actually, the Spartans are going to get a power play out of this one. I beg your pardon. An extra penalty given as Connor Solomon of South Fayette. And judging from the referee's motion at the end of that play, he was pointing at both players. It looked like he was going to take both. But on second glance, it's Solomon, the only player in either penalty box. So Hempfield gets its first power play of the night, but a chance the other way for Rygaard. Rygaard, shorthanded breakaway. Score! Oh, the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. 3 minutes to go to the ice cut as South Fayette ties it on a shorthanded goal by Braden Rygaard, his second of the year. And there's no mistake about that one. The Hempfield Spartans, for the Bears' share of 2 periods, holding their own against the South Fayette Lions, the number 1 team in Class AA, but the Lions roaring right back with 2 in a row. One on the power play by Schwartzmiller unofficially, set up by Tyler Brandebiura, who we believe got that goal. And then moments ago, Braden Rygaard shorthanded. The special teams battle belongs to the South Fayette Lions, and we've got a brand new game with 2:45 to play in the second. 43 to go in the minor penalty to Connor Solomon, excuse me. Ian Shaw with urgency into South Fayette territory for Villela. And that draw pass for Eberhardt misfired. Spartans send it deep. Final moments of their lone power play of the night. And they've already given up a shorthanded goal and the lead. So it's one I'm sure Corey Myers would just as soon forget about. Eberhardt coming in over the South Fayette blue line. Eberhardt from the left hash, unable to shoot it. Villela into the glove of Robitaille as we're back to 5 aside. Final 2 of the period, and it's 2s across the board. Period 2, 2-2 the score. Nick Bruno on to take the face-off against Rygard. And Rygard wins it for South Fayette, but it's given away to Horton. Horton's shot blocked immediately as Jackson Brandebiora was gapping it up there. Tyler Brandebiora was ahead of the play, and he will not be able to take this cross-ice pass as it comes to Bruno at his own blue line. Austin Heron sends this puck deep. Jackson Brandebiora tapping at it behind his own net. Near side it comes to Tyler Brandebiora, given away to Bruno. Bruno up top to Horton. Horton to the goal. Side of the net, put just wide. Oh man, how did DiPietro miss from there? Lions, really catching a break as this puck goes off the side of Jackson Brandebiora's helmet, it looked like. Pritchett was trying to put it on net. Now it comes to the point for Heron in the final minute of second period play. What a game so far here in Mount Lebanon. And a chance there for Pritchett, but he couldn't settle it down in the left wing circle. And South Fayette is going to just cut their losses here. And, oh, that was played by the goaltender Sankey. He didn't let that go for an icing. Oh, interesting choice there. Lions changing lines behind the play in the final half minute of the period. Bruno in his own corner. Ducking around referee McLean to play this puck. Flips it up in front of his own net, but it's kept alive by Tagmeyer. Tagmeyer couldn't get it cleanly on goal, though. And he retreats to his own end to play the puck this time. Walsh had Timmins open for a moment. Now he goes that way. Timmins from the left circle with 8 seconds to go. Timmins poke checked neatly there by Heron. 3 seconds left. And that'll do it for the second. Now players push and shove, and in that second period, the schoolyard bully of Class AA got punched in the mouth, but then counterpunched with 2 big goals on special teams. One by Wes Schwartzmiller, his 13th of the year, to tie Nick Bruno, who has one tonight for Hempfield, and the other shorthanded by Brandon Rygard. Through 2 at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center, it is the South Fayette Lions 2, the Hempfield Spartans 2. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching it on PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10-Band TV, presented by the Academy of Podiatry.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. We utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you can stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more. Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. We utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you can stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Roger that. Second period shots on goal were 11-4 for South Fayette. The Lions leading Hempfield in that department, officially 18-10, although the scoreboard here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center suggests it's an 18-11 margin in shots for the home team. And we're tied at 2. The stars are shining bright here above the sky here in the township of Mount Lebanon. The stars of Class AA being Wes Schwartzmiller of South Fayette and Nick Bruno of Hempfield, captains of their respective teams, both of whom came in with identical totals of 12 goals and 12 assists for 24 points to share the Class AA scoring lead. Each player has scored once, and again, we have a 2-2 game after 2 periods here in the nightcap of our PIHL Hockey Night Live doubleheader presented by the Academy of Podiatry. For reliable medical and surgical treatment of the foot and ankle, request an appointment at one of their 3 locations in Bethel Park, White Oak, or Dormont. John Snyder, Jason Hughes, Zachary Thomas, and their team will treat you right. And we hope you've also enjoyed the music during our commercial breaks throughout both games by local Pittsburgh area band, the Red Lines. Special thanks to the band for their cooperation and for their tunes. Now, Hempfield, the third period has been their period. 14 third period goals for the Spartans coming in. That is the most in Class AA entering week 9. Bruno scored for Hempfield with 2:20 to go in the first period from Eiselman and Pritchett to make it 1-0 Spartans. 3:58 into the second, Caden Horton unassisted to make it 2-0, but then 2 goals a minute, 22 apart for South Fayette. Wes Schwartzmiller credited with a power play goal set up by Tyler Brandabiora on a beautiful passing play. Eli Petter also getting an assist on that one to make it 2-1. Braden Rygard tying the game on a shorthanded breakaway moments later, and that is where we stand as the Lions move from right to left to begin this third period on the freshly cut ice. As Robitaille knocks that puck aside. Petter gave it away out in front, and Robitaille had to make a save from his knees. Oh, a callous turnover there by the Lions. Very nearly cost them. And one of the Lions, meanwhile, goes flying into the boards behind the Hempfield goal. That's Schwartzmiller. It's held on to by Sankey as South Fayette was looking for a cheapie. DPH on to take the draw against Rygard. And this 37-on-37 battle belongs to the Hempfield Spartans as Alex Smilly shoots that puck wide. Shaw in the corner. He's bumped off that puck immediately by one of the Lions, and South Fayette taps it back to center. Turnaround try from the point by DiPietro as South Fayette was actually unable to get that puck outside their zone, but they'll wrap it around the boards now, and kept alive by Max Short, deflected wide by Shaw. Hempfield trying to set up a backdoor play out in front, and a point-blank save made there by Robitaille as he gets on his stomach to close off that far post. Dylan Walsh 1-on-3, snaps it off the blocker of Sankey from long range. Dylan Timmons for Rygard. Rygard bumped hard off that puck by Shaw. Hempfield really throwing the weight around all night long and in the beginning of this third period as Coach Myers calls for a line change. Giveaway in the corner, bad angle shot, easy glove save for Robitaille. Now the Spartans really playing a fearless game. You got to give them some credit. And still anybody's game here with 14:50 to go in the third period. Ryan Sierra playing this puck for South Fayette. Gave it up to McCauley. One of the Spartans pinned into the far corner. South Fayette trying to double team the man there and pry the puck loose. They do, but Hempfield has it. Not for long, though. South Fayette takes it in the high slot area and comes back the other way. Here's Caden Johnston. Johnston wide of the blue paint, misses everything. This puck put toward the goal, but never made it there. Lions retreating, and they'll have to tag up now as Fisher is content to just get this puck deep before coming off. Chance the other way. Johnston scores! Caden Johnston, 3 minutes into the third period, nuzzles that nylon. And the Lions have their first lead of the hockey game. Well, he didn't go postage stamp, but he went where you put the return address. Upper left corner. That puck just whisked right behind Chase Sankey, and South Fayette has a 3-2 lead early in the third period. 3 unanswered goals by the first place Lions. Tyler Brandabiora forces a kick save from Sankey that goes out of play. And so, for Caden Johnston, that is his 3rd goal of the season. And the first that South Fayette has scored 5-on-5 tonight. To the corner it comes for Dylan Timmons off the faceoff, won by the Lions. Bounding puck behind the goal line, played by Spear. Up for DiPietro. DiPietro hustling after this puck. Crosses the South Fayette blue line, but is poke checked at the blue line. And back the other way come the Lions. Really trying to get that transition game going as Walsh has stood up hard by 2 Hempfield Spartans. And this is icing on Hempfield. That'll bring the face-off all the way back to the right of Chase Sankey with 13:11 to go in regulation. Schwartz is sending on Schwartz-Miller's line to take this face-off. And the October PIHL Player of the Month will take it for South Fayette. Pursuing this puck to the far corner, reversing it to Brandabiora out in front. One-timer score! Knock, knock, who's there? It's Robert Chiappetta at the back door. 4-2 Lions, 13:02 to go, third period. The freshman, his 4th of the campaign. And Wes Schwartzmiller with that just took back the Class AA scoring lead from Nick Bruno. That'll be his 2nd point of the night for the South Fayette captain. Chiappetta with a goal, 4 unanswered by the South Fayette Lions, who now lead by a pair. Petter from the left point to Jackson Brandabiora. Brandabiora left circle, monitored all the way by Heron.
Jackson Brandabiora, number 89, West Schwartzmiller. Top of the goal, 13:02.
And now Jackson Brandabiora with a miscue there. Bruno with a steal. Bruno wrapping around, centers it. Wrister, score! And just like that, it's a 1-goal game. Alex Smilly with his 4th of the season You having fun yet? Oh, there have been a couple of times tonight where the Lions have been really sloppy with the puck in their own zone, and that time Hempfield made them pay. Smilly, the junior defenseman, with 8 points now on the season, and he's played really well for the Spartans here in the first half of the regular campaign. So the Spartans stop the bleeding with under 12 to go in the third period, and it's a 4-3 game. And just like that, the Class AA scoring race is tied again. Who'd have thunk it? Through a crowd it goes, and that one dribbled wide. DiPietro turning around and shooting from the left hash. Never made it through. Johnston up ahead now for South Fayette. 1-on-2. Johnston drifting, trying to go down low to a man. It was too well covered, and DiPietro counterattacks for Hempfield. Robitaille now will freeze this puck in the blue paint after it was played backward by Imler. Four shots on goal for both teams in this period, and 3 of them aggregate have gone in. What a nightcap here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. Out in front it comes. Brandenburg lets it go to the point for Jackson Brandenburg. Now down low, it's played by South Fayette's Chiappetta, who had the last Lions goal. Schwartzmiller unable to do anything with that puck as it's sent back through center. And look at Bruno hustle after this one. Bruno to the goal. Bruno taken down from behind. Penalty coming up. And they don't get much more obvious than that. And Bruno appears to be shaken up as he went right into the South Fayette net. And he will not, thank goodness, need medical attention, it appears, as Hempfield will go to its second power play of the night, with a chance to tie the game here with a lot of time left. And if there is such a thing as a good penalty to take, I think the Lions just took it. Nick Bruno just went all out, guns a-blazing after that puck, and tried to generate a second breakaway chance. He scored on a breakaway at the beginning of the game. And now Corey Myers is going to call timeout and try and talk shop with his power play here. This is a critical moment in the game for both teams. We've seen the top 2 power plays in Class AA in action, and we've seen the top 2 penalty kills in Class AA in action as well. And so far, the special teams battle has belonged to South Fayette. Something's got to give if Hempfield wants to get back in it. Holding the official indication against the sophomore Jackson Brandenburg, and one wondered if that would be a penalty shot under the circumstances, but with Bruno able to get a clean puck on goal, able to get the puck cleanly on goal, perhaps I should say, the odds of a penalty shot being called there, if I know the sport as well as I think I do, are generally not good. But Hempfield does get a power play, and they win the faceoff here with 10:18 to go in the third period. Slap shot. Oh, short, just missed the net on that one. And a break there for South Fayette as this puck takes a friendly Lions bounce, allowing Schwartzmiller to play it shorthanded. Schwartzmiller on his backhand, hits the brakes, goes to the point. Slapper by Imler, and that's denied from distance by Sankey. Braden Reichardt already has 1 shorthanded goal tonight for the Lions. Wouldn't put it past them to press for another. For now, though, South Fayette needs to protect this 1-goal lead with 1:20 to go on the minor penalty to Brandenburg. Jackson Brandon, that is. And again, the Lions are able to clear. Chiappetta coming off here. And a fresh penalty killer coming on for Matt Schwartz, and that is Dylan Walsh. Spartans outlet it a little too far for Horton, and South Fayette locking it down at their own blue line. And Walsh trying to buy some time and take some time off the penalty clock here as DiPietro makes a nifty maneuver there to get around Connor Sierra. He's got a man wide open, breaking down the slot, and a shot from distance is saved, and the rebound goes wide. Great play coming off the bench, run there by Eberhardt of Hempfield, but it was not to be. Cross-ice pass goes by everybody, and it's going to come just outside South Fayette territory. Another break for the Lions. 28 to go in the Hempfield power play. Horton with it now for the Spartans as Reigard swipes at that puck, and that allows Imler to get it deep. Reigard did just enough to interrupt the forward momentum of the Hempfield power play, and here's the last rush possibly led by Spear. Spear over the line, pulls up at the bottom of the circle, save made, rebound, kick save again. Robitaille doesn't know where it is, it's loose, and finally covered in the blue paint. That was a premature whistle from referee McLean, but Robitaille covered to make it a moot point. And so barring a bang-bang play off the faceoff, it looks like South Fayette will survive. Midway through the third period, the Lions clinging to a 4-3 advantage. False faceoff will have to do it again. And McLean not going to let Myers change lines here. He repeats his call, false faceoff. Shaw tied up in the circle, and now we're back to 5-on-5 officially as this puck from the left point whistles wide of everybody and everything. Logan Eisman picking it up from the half wall, but gave it right back to South Fayette. Petter up ahead for Schwartzmiller. Schwartzmiller in behind the Hempfield goal. Nick Eberhardt behind his own net with under 8 to go in regulation. Eberhardt taking his time, outletting this puck, gave it away to Schwartzmiller. Schwartzmiller offside. Oh, that was very nearly a golden opportunity for South Fayette to regain the 2-goal cushion. But instead we'll face it off outside the Hempfield blue line. Clean face-off win by the Lions. Connor Sierra retreating defensively. Goes cross-ice to Jackson Brandabura. Flipped up into the Hempfield corner. Near side for Tyler Brandabura. Centers it out in front. Snapshot. Oh, blocker save by Sankey, and that was a good one. And an important one to keep it a 1-goal game. Schwartzmiller can't play it. It's a high stick on South Fayette. That allows Horton to touch it for Hempfield. Good hard hit there by Jackson Brandabura on the Hempfield alternate captain. Connor Sierra gets the puck deep for South Fayette. Pritchett in his own corner, gave it up to Schwartzmiller. Schwartzmiller overskated. Bruno has it for Hempfield, and he'll Murphy dump it through center and through the legs of Imler, who sends it up ahead to Tyler Brandabura, who gave it away to Nick Bruno. Bruno had his stick lifted, but here's Horton for Hempfield. Horton lost it, was poke checked at the last moment. South Fayette counterattacking. Tyler Brandabura with it for South Fayette. Penalty coming up on Hempfield. Robitaille comes off. Extra attacker on for the Lions. Eli Petter in on goal. Save made. Schwartzmiller from the corner gets the rebound. 6-on-5 for the moment until Hempfield can touch it. Petter cross ice. Snapshot. Save made. Rebound out in front. Still loose. Poked at. And it's in! No, it is in! It is in! On the delayed penalty call, the South Fayette Lions have scored. Referee Buckholz emphatically insisting that the goal stands. And it is Braden Imler, I think, who got the last stick on that puck, but who knows in that sea of humanity. In any event, it is 5-3. The Lions do get that 2-goal lead back. What a third period here in Mount Lebanon. And Austin Herron, the Hempfield sophomore, was furious after Buckholz pointed to the goal, but he did so with great courage of conviction. He was right on top of that play, and according to Buckholz, that puck was never completely frozen by Chase Sankey, so the goal stands. No power play necessary for South Fayette as the Lions lead 5-3.
Your South Fayette goal, his second of the game, scored by Marine 9 West Shores. Assisted by number 88, Eli Cutter. Time of goal 6:23. That's Schwarzbauer from Cutter at 6:23.
Wes Schwartzmiller with a staggering 11 points already in the month of November. Take a bow, young man. And Schwartzmiller pulls ahead of Nick Bruno again in the Class AA scoring race, as he is credited for that goal. And as of now, it's his second of the night, barring a post facto scoring change of some kind. Again, there are all kinds of white jerseys around the Hempfield crease. Could have been any one of them, and for now they're giving it to Schwartzmiller. And so that'll be
Correction on the fifth South Fayette goal, scored by number 2, Brayden Engler. Assisted by number 89, Wes Schwarzbauer, and number 8, Robert Chiapella. That was it.
I'll remember that, kids. Always go with your first instinct. It is Himmler's goal. The correction has been made. Can't say I saw that one coming, but it is Himmler's goal. So Himmler gets his third of the season. Schwartzmiller still gets a point. He gets an assist on the goal. So he will pull back ahead in the Class AA scoring race. He and Bruno just continue to go back and forth, back and forth. And these two teams continue to go back and forth with 5:16 to play in the third period. Eberhardt from the center point puts it on goal, and I think Robitaille might have got a piece of that one as his puck floats out of play. Again, Himmler was right around the net when that puck was declared completely across the line, and I know Schwartzmiller was as well, and I really thought it was Himmler's goal. And relieved to see I was not completely off my rocker for thinking so, as the Lions just barely missed getting a sixth. Chiapetta unable to control that dribbling puck. The freshman would have had a pair. That's a shame. Bruno comes the other way. Bruno to the goal. Bruno puts it just wide. Oh, that would have been huge for Hempfield with still a lot of time left. Chiapetta gains the red line and sends it in for Schwartzmiller. Chiapetta off the boards. And nobody there in the corner to take the pass, though. And so it'll be played by Logan Eisman up to center. Tagmeyer inside the Hempfield blue line. Eberhardt skating up ahead for the Spartans. Eberhardt gets in behind Petter. Eberhardt behind the net now, trying to do it all himself as Hempfield makes a change behind the play with 4 minutes to go in the third. South Fayette leading by a pair. Schwartzmiller comes out of that fracas with the puck. Then comes over the Hempfield blue line. Schwartzmiller tries to center it for a streaking Dylan Timmons, but they couldn't hook up. And now Himmler will watch this puck bounce off the boards for icing. Spartans win this faceoff and will ice it one more time. So we'll drop it again to the left of Sankey. Puck goes wide of the Hempfield goal off the face-off in Spartan territory, and Nino DiPietro comes over the South Fayette blue line. From a bad angle, right side, he puts a shot on goal. That's denied by Logan Robitaille, and Robitaille hugs the far post to cut off that opportunity. And on the follow-up, it's Max Short putting it out of play from the edge of the right wing circle. And so that face-off is going to have to come outside the South Fayette blue line, so that's a little bit of a reprieve for the Lions as Corey Myers sends out Nick Bruno's line one more time late in this third period. And Matt Schwartz wants his captain on the ice as well to take this face-off. The two top scorers in Class AA at the face-off, Dodd and Schwartz-Miller wins this one. Tyler Brandabura unable to take that pass, but it went off a Spartan stick, so no icing. Petter, just shy of the Hempfield blue line, waits for Brandabura to tag up as he sends that puck deep. Now Short skating up ahead for Horton, for Bruno. Bruno gloves it down to himself, dropping back for Short. Short puts it over the crossbar. And now South Fayette guilty of icing, with time now becoming the enemy of the Hempfield Spartans. And how much longer, we wonder, will Chase Sankey stay in the goal off to our left? Corey Myers' team really came to play tonight and held their own for much of this game against the South Fayette Lions, but the Lions have a 2-goal lead here with time ticking away in regulation. Tyson Tagmeyer with his back to the puck, plays it off the boards. Up towards center it comes. DiPietro has his stick tied up, and here comes Solomon tapping it into Hempfield territory. Solomon near corner, as it comes to Tagmeyer at the right point. To the right hash now. The Lions trying to work the puck down low. Sierra trying to glove it down to himself. No hand pass, they say, but Hempfield has it. DiPietro with urgency. Fires it deep into South Fayette territory. Shaw's going to have to go in after this dump in as Hempfield is changing behind the play, and the net is empty off to our left. Extra attacker on for the Spartans with 1:35 to go. And this bouncing puck will ricochet wide of the vacant Spartan goal, and it'll be settled down by Austin Heron. Heron having some trouble with it in his own end, and it's poked at. A good aggressive play there by Brandabura as it comes beyond the reach of Chiappetta. Given away to Brandabura. Brandabura can't fire it on the open goal, however, with 1:11 to play. Horton from his own corner. Great pressure here at the end of the game by South Fayette. Chiappetta toward the open net. Off the iron! Oh, the freshman snake bit. Just can't buy that second goal. And now the Lions steal, and playing it on the backhand into the open cage is Tyler Brandabura with 45 seconds to go. You can go warm up that bus now, I think. 6-3 Lions. And South Fayette will earn points in its first 8 games to begin the regular season, withstanding a game effort from the visiting Hempfield Spartans. Final half minute of play here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. And the final half minute of PIHL Hockey Night Live coverage for the month of November here on 10-Man TV. Special thanks Todd Kazarowski, Michael Amon, Matt Geitka, Brian Mitchell, Kennedy Kazarowski. Anybody I'm leaving out? If so, I apologize. We thank them all for their hard work, and most of all, we thank you out there for watching. Lots and lots of repeat viewers, lots and lots of unique viewers, lots and lots of people taking an interest in high school hockey here in Western Pennsylvania, and you love to see it. We thank you for your support, and we've got a special treat planned for you to begin our December coverage, so hold on just a minute for that. And so it is the beginning of perhaps a new winning streak for the first place South Fayette Lions, who rally back to defeat the Hempfield Spartans here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. The final score, South Fayette 6 and Hempfield 3. Special thanks to the Academy of Podiatry for their sponsorship of tonight's doubleheader on 10-Band TV. And the next time we see you will be next Monday, December 5th. And we have something very special planned for that broadcast on Monday, December 5th. It is a PIHL Hockey Night Live doubleheader from the RMU Island Sports Center on Neville Island, home of your Robert Morris Colonials. A single A doubleheader that will be a simulcast with our friends at Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. It'll be myself, Matt Popchock, and my good pal Brian Mitchell, representing both the PIHL and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest, on the call that night. Game 1 will be McDowell at West Allegheny at 7:15. Game 2 next Monday will be Avonworth at Montour at 9:15 from the Clearview Arena at the RMU Island Sports Center. Mitch and I can't wait to be there. We can't wait to bring it to you, our first PIHL Hockey Night Live of December, so tune in then. Once again, the final here tonight, South Fayette 6, Hempfield 3. I'm Matt Popchock, and thank you for watching it on PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10-Band TV, presented by the Academy of Podiatry. Good night from Mount Lebanon.
Ah, look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. You utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.